It is 4:13 right now. This is a live look from our mobile news tracker, I-69 northbound. This is near Campus Parkway.
Yeah, we're getting some preliminary information right now. Kevin Ratermann is at the scene. Kevin, what do you know right now? What can you tell us?
Well, I just arrived on scene moments ago, and right now we have an overturned box truck on I-69 northbound near mile marker 208.5. This is just south of Campus Parkway. Only one lane of traffic is blocked at this time as crews are working to keep this area safe until they can get more crews on scene to upright this semi.
All right, Kevin, thanks. I know you'll let us know more as that work continues, but again, a semi on its side. Big traffic problem this morning. Also work to get more information about if the person inside there is okay.
And this is a live look from our mobile news tracker of a semi rollover on I-69 northbound near Campus Parkway. Our mobile news tracker Kevin Ratermann is on the scene. Kevin, any new information to pass along about this accident?
Well, Ken, the most important piece of information is that the driver is fine. He's up and walking around the scene right now. Fishers police say he lost control of his truck and put it on the side of I-69 northbound near mile marker 208.5. That's near Campus Parkway, just south actually. Now, cleanup crews think that it should not take as long to get straightened out because they don't have to unload the trailer. They think they can just upright the semi and get it moving. Now, here's the problem. When they upright the semi, they're expecting to have to close down I-69 for maybe 15 minutes so they can get another truck on the side so they can roll this semi over. Ken?
Okay, important news to pass along, and we'll keep mobile news tracker there and let you know when that closure starts to take place. Breaking traffic news that we've been telling you about here since the 4 o'clock hour or 4:30 half hour. You see that rolled over semi on 69 northbound near Campus Parkway. Our mobile news tracker Kevin Ratermann is on the scene. Kevin, do you have an update on timing of when they hope to get this cleared?
That's right, Ken. I just spoke with crews. They're expecting this to be completely cleaned up around 6:30 this morning. Now, here's the hat trick. They have to close down I-69 northbound near Campus Parkway briefly for safety concerns because right now they're setting up the airbags to help upright this semi. They don't want any traffic traveling alongside of it when this semi is flipped over. But the good news is the driver is okay, and this should be cleaned up in the next hour and a half. Ken?
Okay, Kevin Ratermann and mobile news tracker should be uprighted and removed here shortly. Let's check in with Kevin Ratermann, who's riding shotgun here in Chopper 8 for us here this morning. Kevin, what can you tell us?
Well, Ken, the semi is still on its side. Crews originally told me earlier this morning that they were expecting this to be all cleaned up by 6:30. But as you can see, the semi is still on its side with wreckers on both sides getting ready to right the semi. Now, the right lane of traffic is still blocked. One lane is getting passed, but we do have about a 1 mile backup on I-69 northbound near Campus Parkway. Ken?
Okay, Kevin Ratermann. So again, a little bit of delays, which obviously is not out of the ordinary here. So let's check in with Kevin Ratermann, who's in Chopper 8, and give us an update on what's happening with that overturned semi. Kevin?
Well, Ken, as you can see, the semi is now upright. Crews are still working on it, and they're still picking up the airbags you see to the right of it that they used to get the semi on its wheels again. The backup, from what I can tell, is back to 126th Street for I-69 northbound. The southbound traffic, it looks like it's the normal amount of congestion, maybe people slowing down to take a look at the scene. Ken?
Okay, Kevin Ratermann with that update. So that at least is a good part of the equation. That's the most difficult part, getting the truck upright. But once they get that cleaned up, they should be able to get traffic moving along nicely. Let's check in with Kevin Ratermann, who's in Chopper 8 this morning. Good morning, Kevin. What can you tell us?
Some good news. The car that the car that was in the accident that started this whole thing is loaded up, is located on I-65 southbound. I would call it Ohio Street almost. It's before Washington Street. 2 lanes are still shut down, but like I said, this should be cleaned up in the next few minutes, but it's going to take a long time to get the backups unwound. I-70 is backed up all the way to Emerson. I just zoomed in all the way over there, and it's just bumper to bumper all the way over there. I-65 southbound, I would say, is backed up to roughly Meridian, but this whole area is just congested, and it's going to take a while for it to get unwound. Ken?
Okay, Kevin Ratermann in Chopper 8. So again, patience at least for the next probably 15-20 minutes. Let's check in with Kevin Ratermann, who's in mobile news tracker. Kevin, what's the latest on the status of the vehicles involved?
Right now, Ken, the wreck that I showed you earlier is completely cleaned up. All lanes are now open. The only thing that is still there, we have a state trooper behind a truck with a camper. We're not sure if that is involved or if that's a separate incident, but they are off on the shoulder. All lanes are now open on I-65 southbound, I-70 eastbound between the north and south split. The problem is there's a lot of traffic that has to get through all of this. Traffic is still backed up easily past Keystone right now, Ken.
Okay, Kevin Ratermann and Mobile Chopper 8, excuse me. Let's take a look at Chopper 8's pictures. They're updating the backup from that, and we'll talk to Kevin Ratermann, who's been monitoring this since we pulled up on the scene a little while ago. Kevin, what can you tell us?
Well, Ken, the wreck's been clear for some time now, but the backup is still trying to unwind itself. I-65 southbound looks pretty good approaching the north split, but I-70 westbound looks to be the slowest travel right now. It is stop and go at some spots and it speeds up at others, but it still stretches at least past Keystone from my perspective. Ken?
Okay, and we are seeing at least some improvement in the movement here. It was kind of a logjam at this perspective a little bit earlier. So